What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. So, I wanted to come to you today and I wanted to tell you the reason I have a picture of my van on the computer screen. The reason I have a picture of my van on the computer screen is guess what? Today, I got a phone call from one of my installers. He tells me, hey, says the brake pedal just went down to the floor. I lost brakes. The reason I'm telling you this, guys and girls, the world is against us right now. We have a lot of changing dynamics right now. Let me give you a little background story. So this is a 2016 GMC 3500 van that we have, roughly about 60,000 miles on it. The brakes were done maybe about 3 months ago, all the way around. New rotors, calipers, a lot of things were done to it. And recently, technician says last week, back of the van is making noise. And it's like, oh my goodness, the back of the van. So it's always like, is it the rear end or is it brakes related? So it's always like, is this going to be a, $300, $400, $600 fix, or is this going to be more like $3,000 to $5,000 fix? Come to find out, luckily it was just the brakes. Now the auto shop I take it to, the guy that owns it, I used to work with his dad. Was a great mechanic. And I guess what I'm trying to tell you is there's so many things going on right now that probably even myself or you are not seeing right now with employees, with manufacturers, with dynamics of things, that is changing so fast that it's almost like good luck trying to keep up. So anyways, he drives it today. The brake pedal goes down to the floor. No, obviously we can see the line. The line is actually rubbing against the tire. So whoever installed it, it could have been the owner. Things happen. It could be a new technician. That's what I'm trying to explain. We recently, just a couple weeks back, we had a garage door shipment come in from our vendor. It was like 9 doors and nothing was right. Like nothing. No hardware box was right. It was like the torsion tubes were wrong. Hardware boxes, weather seal missing. I think we were missing a bottom panel even for one of the doors. It's getting ridiculous, guys. It really is. This is just getting absolutely ridiculous. This is loss of revenue too. I don't care how you explain it or say it. It's a loss of revenue. So now it's like we're storing this stuff. And then to top it off, as we're storing the stuff, we recently had the stuff outside under a tarp. We just had a big storm come through, knock a limb out of the tree, darn near crushed these doors outside. It just, so the product's sitting longer. It's not good. So the moral of the story is, the reason I'm telling you all this is if you got high anxiety like I do, what you need to do these days right now is you need to keep it isolated. I look at it like conserve the heart. You know what I mean? The heart's very important. I mean, fingers and toes, you lose one. It is what it is. It sucks. But you got to, conserve the heart and the mind. Certain vitals is what I'm trying to say. You got to conserve. So right now, what I'm focused on is we have to stay close. That's the biggest thing. And we have to be very smart, on the phone. But we have to stay close. If this van, and I've had this situation happen before, where we broke a brake line on a van, an older van, and my technician ended up just, hey, the line's broke. I need somebody to come pick me up. And it was an hour away, basically one way. So we literally had to, drop what we're doing. I think the wife went out there to go get him, brung him back. Later that night, I was like the only vehicle I had, or, and things happen, right? Things just happen, and they never happen when you want them to happen. So I remember it was like we took the Ford. We had a Ford Ranger, and I remember the wife was already like, beating me up about, bringing the kid in the Ford Ranger. And I'm like, look, if this is all we had, this is what we have to drive. You know what I mean? So I remember we ended up taking the Ford Ranger, putting the kid between us, and going out there and getting this vehicle. And of course, I just took a pair of vice grips, clamped her off, put some fluid in it, and I drove it back to the mechanic shop. But what I'm getting at is the time that this takes. And also the other reason too is that You have to be so due diligent right now with your customers. Make sure you're calling them before you go there. I'm so irritated right now with semi truck drivers. It's beyond belief because these people don't call. They don't give no heads up. I've literally had two things today. That one was a shipment that was being truck driver never called. It's just bam. Can we help with the truck driver at the shop? Are you kidding me? Why is there not a 5 or 10 minute heads up? Another one, a guy just sitting there at the shop. I have no clue what he's doing. You know what I mean? Didn't even bother to ask. I don't care anymore, honestly. I should, but I don't because I just get irritated that why do I got to go up and knock on the door for this person not to come out and see us blatantly there and not say, hey, this is what I got going. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, it's a loss of revenue for the carrier, and it's just getting ridiculous. A lot of supply issues. So what I'm getting at is really you need to focus, stay local as much as you can. I mean, sometimes you can't. I totally get it. If you're just starting out, you got to do what you got to do, but you also might be losing potential revenue close to home. You know what they always say, what is it? You always grab the low hanging fruit, right? And I always think about that with the business is I screwed up years ago and I used to travel so much. And the thing is that you have to remember is just because you're busy does not mean you're profitable. That's what I see so many people do. I get so many people walk up to me and they ask me, they'll say in the business, they go, oh, you staying busy? I don't really care about staying busy. I can stay busy by putting tape on my hiney and chasing around like a dog. What I care about is being profitable, doing the job, making sure the customer gets a good quality product, make sure they get what they wanted, make sure we get paid, what we need to get paid, and make sure everybody goes home safely at the end of the day. That's my biggest concerns. So stay close, stay diligent on that phone. Make sure you take the time. A lot of people don't like to take the time. I'm one of them. I used to be just I'll just, jot their information down. I'll show up. I'll do, like I said, phone is cheap. Have them send you pictures. Slow down. If you don't know, make sure you get off the phones, tell them you'll call them back. This year has been crazy for customers. Or for contractors. I've tried calling personal and business contractors. That's another story I'll tell you about. It's just crazy, just insane. They're nuts, absolutely nuts. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up for now. Talk to you guys later. Take care. Watch those brake lines. We'll see you on the next one, guys.